Good evening, students. Today we will discuss about Module 2, Introduction to Authentication. I'll make it full screen. So, authentication is like you are going to verify the identity of the subject. Somebody will show his identity, like username and password. In the authentication process, we'll verify this username password is correct or not. Okay? And there are three ways to authenticate subjects. Okay, there are three different ways to authenticate a subject. One is password. So it's a sacred word or a combination of characters, say capital letter, small letter, number, then special characters. Okay, it's a combination of characters, and it is the one way of authenticating. Whenever you are opening your email, you want to enter the password. Whenever you are going for this one, which one? Opening e-learning, you want to give a password. Okay, a good password is difficult to guess, but easy for the subject to remember. Okay? So whenever you are going to authenticate, there are three ways of authenticating subject. There will be first one password. It's a combination of characters. So don't go for easy password so that anyone can guess. Go for a difficult password. Token. It is another way of authentication. The subject has that token. No one else will have. Like a smart card or a challenge response device, or we have a device which we call as a token device, which will, when you press that token device, we will get some random numbers. So token will be anything only the subject has. Okay, when you go for a bank must see, whenever we have a bank must account, you can buy this token device. So whenever you want to do some transaction, when you press this OK button, they will generate a 6-digit number that can be used as a password. Okay? Or we can have a smart card like this, swipe that card and you can access. That's also token. Fingerprint scan means this actually a person's unique identity. Everyone will have his own fingerprint. Okay, so your fingerprint will be scanned and it will be compared to already recorded fingerprint to verify it is you or not someone else, because everyone will have unique fingerprint. So this is the best one for authentication. Then introduction part. So whatever written here, I just make it as a short description. Okay. So it's your duty not to share your password to anyone. Maybe your friends are there. They will be your friends, your best friends. Don't share your password. If you share to your friend or someone, it's your responsibility. Whatever he does with that username password, maybe he will open your office account and he may delete some data, he may tamper some data. So whatever he is doing, you will be responsible, because people will consider as you have done this because you shared your password. Okay? Don't share your password with anyone, even if it's best friend or someone. Don't share your password. Three primary authentication factors. Okay, what are the three primary authentication factors? Something you know. Something you know means the password that you know. Something you have. You have a token or a device. Something you are. This is unique physical characteristics like your retinal scan of eye or fingerprint. These three are primary authentication factors. Either a password, something you know. Either a token or device, something you have. Either your fingerprint or your retina scan, it is something you are. Okay. Three most common factors, as we said, something you know means the password or a shared secret key. Something you have means a token or a smart card badge. Okay. Something you are based on your fingerprint or any other biometric factor like retinal eye scan, your hand, like that. Okay. So this, whenever you are going to access a secure building, okay, so in security room, we will use these two. First, we will scan the ID. After you verify successfully that ID, then you will go for the fingerprints. So whenever you have a secure room or security room, for more authentication, we'll use these two common factors. Okay, there are three, but mostly for a secure room, secure access, we need to go for this one. Has to. Then in the introduction, whatever written here, I just mentioned here. Okay, so default authentication technique is password. Wherever you open email or e-learning, the first one should be password. But some people, or for some cases, for more security, they will go for all the three techniques of authentication. Example, United States military, they have a sensitive compartment information facility, a room which they will discuss the sensitive security information. Okay, to access this room, to enter the room, you need three types of authentication techniques. First one, you have to show your fingerprint, scan your fingerprint or your retina, your eye. That is something you are. After that, you have to swipe your ID badge. If that company, US military, they will give some identity card, no ID card. Swipe that ID card, badge, something you have. That also success means last one you have to type a PIN or a unique password, something you know. So these three authentications we are using to enter into this sensitive compartment information facility room, SCA, because United States military, they have this room. To enter this room, we need to pass through three authentication techniques, not just one, three. Something you know. I know the password. See, I need to open my email and you enter the password. If without password, anyone can access the email. That's why we have email password. Then for online banking also, we need passwords. If you don't have password, the online transactions will be leaked. Anyone can access the online transactions. Okay, they can do some deposit or withdraw without your permission. ATMs, when you go inside the ATM machine, when you go to the ATM machine, so when you are putting your ATM card, again there you need passwords to enter. Okay, and again there is an advice for you: use strong password so that it's not easy for attacker to guess. Don't think like, okay, I want to remember my password easily, so I'll make a easy password or dictionary password. If you do like that, anybody can guess your password and your account will be at risk. That's what mentioned here. Okay. In this page, what they have mentioned, there are some rules to be followed while you are setting password. Maximum password length or minimum should be 8 characters. Combination of uppercase, lowercase, and some special characters like hash, at the rate, dollar. And do not write the password on paper. Somebody, they will make a difficult password like capital letter, small, hash, everything. But by mistake, what they will do, they will write the password so that they will not forget the password. No, they will write the password on a notepad or stick pad and put it on the table, and they will go. So whoever comes next, no, they will see that password and they can easily enter this account. Okay, so don't do that. Do not write it on a paper or somewhere. Keep it. Don't keep it somewhere. Okay, just remember your password. Two-factor authentication. So here, any authenticate system is measured by two components: confidence in the accuracy of authentication mechanism. So how accurate is the authentication mechanism? And number of authentication factors. Example, if you are using only password to log into email, this is only one factor authenticate. But you are using authentication, no? When you want to log into email, we will use the password plus the OTP received in your mobile phone is called as two-factor authentication. Nowadays in our universities, when you want to access email, the password itself is not enough. Either after verifying the password, okay, authenticating with the password, you should either give the OTP received in the mobile phone, which is already registered, or you want to enter a PIN number, which is generated by an authentication tool, Microsoft Authenticator tool. Okay, that's what called as two-factor authentication. Why, Mr. We need two-factor authentication? Why not only one authentication? So if you have more than one authentication, the security of the system will be increased. If one stage of authentication is compromised, like your password, somebody has known the password, you write the password on paper, next person who is coming into your table, he know the password, he came to know, means he can log into your email. But if I have the second option, second authentication like OTP, which will come only to my mobile, so they cannot enter that email because the second authentication, the second stage, they cannot crack. They couldn't crack that because it is coming to my mobile phone. OTP is coming in my mobile phone. Okay, that's why we need more than one authentication to make the system secure. Okay, that's why here to open an email or something, we need OTP plus password. Okay. Then important reminders. Whatever I write in the bracket, it's I took from here. Okay. So use separate password for work account and personal account. Example, you are working in a company. and you have a work account, right? I have example rajesh.kala at utas.edu.in is my work account, my company account, my college account, right? Official account. And I have a personal account in my Gmail, okay, like rajeshrkala@gmail.com. If I'm keeping, many people are keeping same password for all the accounts. Assume that I'm keeping a same password for all the accounts. The problem is if the hacker, okay, somebody find out or guess your password for say your personal account, he can easily get into your official account because you are using same password everywhere. And again, another risk is if you are using a dictionary password. Dictionary password means like there are some common passwords we'll follow, like test123# or admin123#. If you are following those passwords, there is a dictionary, okay? There's an attack called a dictionary attack. These common passwords, hacker can easily guess or get it by using dictionary attack, okay? Then that password he will try for your personal account, and if a personal account is password is same as your official account password, he can easily get the information from your official account. That's what, don't try, okay? Don't try same password for different emails or different accounts. Okay? Go for different passwords, that also powerful passwords for every account. Then something you have, see, something you have means I only have this thing, okay? Either I have a smart card, so I will enter the room by swiping my smart card, my ID card. Then time token, see, there is a device like RSA secure, it is a device. When I press the button, here, they will generate a 6-digit code. So whenever I log into my device, I can use the code plus password I know, and my PC will unlock. The third way is both together. Either I can use this card plus this time token. Okay. So usually the password is not enough. That's why we go for some hardware devices. See that smart card or some time token or both together. Because it will make the data more secure and the system more secure. And that token which we receive, the number we receive in this particular token device, only valid for 30 to 60 seconds. So every time it will keep on changing. So it is more providing more security. It's actually RSA secure ID. It's a multi-factor authentication. We are not going to use simple passwords. I'm going to use a device, smart card, plus I will use this token. Okay, that's multi-factor authentication. Now, what is the two-stage locking process that we discussed? Okay, step 1 and step 2. Step 1, press that key, the device which we had now, this one. Okay, press this key, this knob, okay, and or open the app. We have Authenticate app now. Either you open the app or press that key, and we get a 6-digit code that changes every 30 to 60 seconds. Okay, like this 6-digit code. See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And after that, type the username you have for the application plus this code you got from the token device. Okay. After that, once it is done, second step is enter your fixed password, the regular password which you already fixed. Okay, that never changes. Now you are into the system. Maybe email, it may be e-learning, it may be some other application. So we are using 2 steps. First thing, press that token, we get a 6-digit code or authenticator, then username plus that token. Once it is done, authenticated, go for the next step. That is enter your regular password. Now it is also correct means you are entering the system. Why we use 2 steps is if you lost the token, if somebody took your token or you lost a token, still the thief or someone who want to hack, they need the fixed password. If you don't know they don't know the password, they cannot enter. Again, if somebody stolen your password, still you need the token device. Okay, the token keep on changing. No, every 30 seconds it will change. So we have more security. Instead of this big paragraph, I put this steps. Either of this is enough. Either you can write this one or you can go for this one. Then challenge response token means instead of this theory, I put this picture. Okay, so here it's more secure. Another way of making security by giving a challenge response token. Okay, here also we have a token device, but here the server will generate a code or challenge. This code will be given to user. Say 7314 is the code generated by server that will be given to user. What the user will do, user will type this 7314 into the token device. Okay, I have a token device, right? In the device, I will enter this token. Then token device will reply with another code. They will give a response 8297. Now what the user will do? User will type this 8297 plus whatever physical password he knows. Then he can log in. It's more secure. That is challenge response code. Okay. Server will give a challenge code. The user will type the challenge code into the token. Now token will respond by giving another code. User will use the final token or the response code given by the token device plus the regular password to enter into the system. This picture says everything. Okay. Server gives the code, that is challenge code. User will use the code and type into token device. Token device will reply with another code. User will use that code given by token device plus his password to log in. Okay. Something you are is this is not going to change. It is unique for everyone. Like everyone has physical or behavioral characteristics. Example, the infant, the small kid, how he identifies the particular caregiver or the his person who is caring him. Okay, visual cues, whether he'll identify or he will identify from the smell or the sound of the caregiver's voice to identify who is caregiver. And if it is the same caregiver or babysitter, he will settle down. Okay, this is that one example. And here, biometrics is one way of authenticating with something you are. Okay, so biometrics means it's a physical study of physical human characteristics. There are two types of biometric system: physical, behavioral. Physical means everyone authenticate by using, maybe someone are authenticated by using fingerprint, that is unique for everyone. Retinal scan, the eye, okay, that retina of everyone's eye will be different, so you will scan by using a scanner. Then hand geometry, shape of the hand, finger size, palm width, each all these all things are different for each person. And facial recognition, everyone's face is different. Okay, the faces will be recognized and everyone's face is different. So these are the things coming under physical biometrics. This based on biometrics means study of physical human characteristics. Okay, then there are two types biometric. One is physical and behavioral. Physical means fingerprint, retinal scan, yani scanning the retina of everyone, a particular person's eye. Hand geometry, which contains shape of the hand, finger size, palm width, different for every person, unique. Facial recognition, when you are authenticating a person based on these things, we call it as physical biometrics. Okay, they are labeled because everyone will have unique characteristics. Even if you have a twin brother or twin sister, they have different fingerprint or different retina. Nobody will have this one. No twins or anyone will have same physical characteristics. Okay, it will be different. Another one is behavioral characteristics. So this one biometric is having two types. Biometric will be physical or behavioral. Physical already discussed. By behavioral is, it depends. It contains tempo or speed of typing. How a person is typing. By based on the speed of typing, you can identify, authenticate a person. Then writing rhythms. How he's writing, long sentence or short sentence or voice recognition. Everyone will have different voices. Okay. So based on these three, when you are authenticating someone, this behavioral characteristics. Okay. So for that, we need to give a training for the machine. Machine should be trained how a person will type. That input should be given in advance, and how he will make sentences, and how is his voice. For that, we can have different machine learning algorithms are there, and we'll based on that we'll train them. Okay, one will be like a teachable machine. By using that AI tool, we can give input data to the machine, and machine will learn the user inputs. Then you will train that machine. Then finally we can verify. Okay, so here behavioral characteristics means they include the tempo or speed of typing, writing rhythms, and voice recognition. Okay. Logical access control means the tools used to provide identification, authentication, authorization for systems. Okay. So what are the tools used to provide identification, authentication, authorization are called as logical access control. Identification, how do you identify a person? By ID card or username or password. Authentication, verify whether identity is correct or not. Authorization means whether if he is authenticated, what based on the policy, what are the data he can access. Okay, for that, all those things we have some tools. They are called as logical access controls. Okay. Now, logical access controls based on the following criteria. Okay, see who. Here we will identify the subject by using username and password or using some authentication technique like token or behavioral or biometric address. Okay, what? Here we will identify what type of access he has requested. Example, everyone can access vacation folder, but budget folder only accessible by managers. Okay, in a company. When the identity, when the subject is going to access the object or the resource, sometimes he will be allowed, sometimes he will be not allowed. Example here, if you are accessing the resources during normal working time, it's allowed. But if you're working if you're accessing the data after working hours for your personal purpose, it will not be allowed or allowed. That's what when. Where? How do you access? Okay. Whether are you accessing via physical logic like IP address or MAC address, or via okay, physically accessing or logically. Logical means IP address or MAC address through remotely. Okay. Why? What is the purpose for your access? Based on that, they will grant or reject the access to object. Okay. See here, a new intern ask for the customer database login. Manager will ask, why do you need that? Then the intern will say just for curiosity. So manager will not allow him to access the database because just for curiosity, we cannot allow anyone to access the data. Next day, when the intern asks the same question, and manager will ask why you need to access the data. So intern will tell there is a ticket raised, like user can't reset the password. So I need to check the logs. So if that reason is valid, then you will be allowed to access the object or resource. Then how? What type of access can be granted to a subject? There are four types: admin, author, RO, no access. Admin means he can do all the he can have all the permission like read, write, create, and delete. Okay, read, write, create, delete. Author means he can just have read and write permission. Then we have read only permission. Last one, no access. They can't do anything. Okay, no reading, no writing, no opening, no creating nothing. Okay, these are different types of logical access controls. Then group access means instead of giving that access control for individual persons in a company, just group similar persons into a group. Okay, similar users into a group and add that persons to group and assign controls to group. Okay, so instead of assigning access control for individual every person, so form a meaningful group and assign these controls for the group only. This is what called as group access control. This is what coming in chapter 2. Let's go to that. Hope you understood.